the nice thing about this is you can initiate the rolls that we're going to do, forward or backwards. But even more importantly maybe is that as you're going for the choke, this is what I find live, is the person will find out that they really don't have any good options right there besides sitting and just waiting for you to eventually submit them. So they're going to try to somersault one way or turn into you the other way. So being able to initiate the roll one way or the other way will help you also to react to them turning into you or rolling away from you, and you'll just be able to roll with it and end up in what's called, again, this back crucifix position. This was the top position that we were just working in now. It also works just as effectively, sometimes even more effectively, from bottom. So the same position right here. I'm going to open up his arm. I'm going to try to pull it out a little bit, step over. Everyone was looking good on these. Once I get here, I just scoop it up. Boom, right there. Okay, so now I can start attacking this choke. And a lot of times out of desperation, the person will try to roll one way or the other way. And if they do, I want to be prepared to be able to roll with them into now he got technically on top, but I'm essentially on his back right here. I don't have hooks, so I'm not going to get back points. But this position is arguably even more offensive than a traditional back control, at least as offensive. So there's a lot of good submission opportunities from here. For right now, though, all we're going to do is just enter this position. So I think that'll be plenty for a lot of you guys that are more beginners. If you've already done, we did like 7-8 months ago, we did a back attack, or sorry, the turtle attack month. We did a lot of this stuff, so if it's a review for you, feel free to go into some finishes, but we are going to go over some finishes as well, so feel free to just get the position. So for here, I open them up, I get to this position, so let's, we're going to initiate the roll. The main thing to remember is I want to roll over my shoulder that's by his hips, or my hip that's by his hips. I don't want to roll over this hip, my left hip, or my right shoulder, or my left shoulder. So I don't want to do, if I do either of those, it's possible that he could end up in a better position. So I want to make sure I roll over my right hip or my right shoulder. So if I initiate it forward, I'm going to roll over my right shoulder. Boom. There's plenty of chokes and stuff we can do from here. Or if we rewind here. So I can go over. Now on this side would be my left shoulder, the one that's closest to his hips. Or I sit back and I pull him on top of me. And again, I rolled over my left hip on that one, the side that was closest to his hips. Oh, right there. So let me show him Hector as well. So we're going to practice both of those, and it's nice to have both options because it might depend on what they're doing. If he's really driving into me, I'm going to probably pull him back on top of me. If he's really trying to somersault away from me, then I'm going to roll forward. So just be aware, it's good practice to not just face plant right into the mat. If he tries to somersault away from you, always tuck the shoulder. Don't try to tuck this shoulder. It's going to get awkward and you might end up slipping off of him. So left shoulder, if he tries to roll away from me, boom, we rewind. Oh, can we rewind? Oh, nice, there we go, boom. So then from there, we can also, maybe I try to initiate the forward roll and he drives into me. I'm going to actually just fall back. And again, I rolled over that left shoulder, that left hip. Right here. Same kind of thing, wrist grip, or again, hand grip, ideal. And then this one can always go for attacking the choke. So one more time on essentially how we'll drill it. We're not going to worry about the bottom person initiating anything right now. Top person's going to go ahead and initiate. We're here, wrist grip, everything the same. I was going for the choke from here. For the forward roll, plant your hand and push off with your feet and try to get your shoulder to the mat. Boom. If their body's kind of smashing on their face or you're going face planting into the ground, it means something's a little off. Try to roll over that shoulder. Again, for the pulling backwards, here, open them up, boom. Now I can also, this, easy as that. Again, I was going, my hip that's nearest to his hips is the one that goes to the ground. If I try the opposite, I'll show what happens if I try the opposite. You'll know right away that you went the wrong direction, because if I try to do this, I'll just end up looking like this. And then I just did some kind of fancy, I guess, side control pull. I don't know. So right here, legs and hips going towards his head is a good way to think about it as well, right here. And then going from here. But just ending in this position is totally fine. I've got his arm trapped. I don't want to do this to where he can just get his arm away at any time. So make sure you have some sort of connection between your legs. So it could be a triangle. It could be just crossed. Because if he tries to get his arm out from there, that's pretty tough. There's a lot of stuff you can actually do with this. There's arm locks and things. You can get pretty fancy with this right here. But for right now and for today, just a triangle is a very easy way to think about it. Or just keep your legs tight, your thighs tight, and your ankles maybe crossed right there. It's good. You're good to go from there. So let's give this one a try. Remember, rolling over, just get that same position. Rolling over your near shoulder or your near hip. And give it a try. Only one step basically we just added to what we were just doing, but it can be a lot to kind of think about. So try not to overthink it. Roll forward somersault or a little backwards, pull them on top, and roll over that shoulder or hip. Any questions? Let's do it. 1, 2.